Welcome back to the Stand Up and Shout Rock Show with Wisk and Kev.
Yes, sir.
Yes, coming to you from the Salisbury Center Studios, powered by Monster Energy.
Did it again, Kevin.
Yeah, pay the bills, man.
You're
pay
trained,
the bills.
You're a trained professional.
I'm trained. Joining us in the studio right now, we've got Ladder Match. Yeah. Welcome, guys.
Right. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So another one of the bands that's appearing on the Spotlight on Friday nights, local music.
A great list, a great punk rock show. And if you're listening to it live and you're not here, you need to be here because, as Kevin and I always talk, you cannot beat a live music event in any way, shape, or form.
Absolutely.
So all about live. If you watch a live show, that's well enough, but it's not like being at the live show. So get to the live show because it's a double benefit, because it's a benefit show for autism as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Autism awareness. And thanks to you guys for joining us.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
And I know we introduced each other as you guys came in, but let's go around the couch and please introduce yourselves to the cameras.
Sure. So I'm Sebastian, and I don't know what to say. But,
lead singer, guitarist.
That's good.
Probably one of the original members of the band.
Okay.
Yep.
There you go. That's it.
Thanks, man. And he's my mouthpiece. So yeah.
I'm his handler. I'm the drummer, Gordon Russell. Been playing with Sebastian since middle school. He was in high school, so we've been together a long time. These guys, on my right, my left here, it's Brent Godby here on the second guitar, and
Brent.
we have Mike Suffet on bass, and these guys kind of just helped, jumped in recently and filled in for the last, 2 shows? This show and the last one?
This will be my third.
Actually, the third one.
Really?
Yeah,
okay, nice, yeah.
We don't want too much dead tape.
Yeah.
Where are you guys coming from? Other bands?
Yeah, I mean, I play with a bunch of different guys, and I've known both of them since probably high school.
High school.
Yeah.
And, watched each other's bands go through the motions and stuff, and then he recently was like, hey, you want to play bass? Sure.
Yeah.
Bass players are like the hardest. I guess maybe drummers are even tougher to find, but like guitarists are a dime a dozen. Yeah. Sorry, Brent.
Hey, there's a reason I'm still around.
He's a great lead player, so I'm really grateful to these guys. They learned a good amount of our songs in a very short amount of time. It's probably like a month maybe before we actually start playing.
It was fast.
Yeah.
And thankfully right in my wheelhouse, and I play all kinds of different tunes and different genres, and then sent me there a few songs, and I was like, oh,
he's been down to play
I'm
music again. He's been playing jam bands and things, and he's like, dude, you're gonna love it. He's like, I don't know, can you? I was like, he used to play in a kind of death metal band. So I'm like, he knows how to play this stuff. We're good.
All right.
We're good. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I noticed the Al's shirt, like right out of the gate. I wasn't expecting.
Got to keep it original.
Yeah.
Love it.
No doubt.
Facelift is my favorite of their run, but
sure.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple of compliments.
Yeah.
Walking around with nice shirt. It's always a cool thing going to these shows, seeing everybody's shirts. Really.
Yeah.
Dude,
cool.
Wearing the colors.
It was super cool. There's this other band we played with last week, The Suspension, and the guy Jason. They're all really cool guys, and Gordon's become like a huge Typo Negative fan, and he came tonight and brought him this I don't know.
It came with an album box set. It has everything. It came with 2, and he said, "Here, you can have this one." I was like,
this Typo Negative.
And then the studio's black and green, very Typo-esque.
Oh,
studio.
yeah, that's right.
I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the coolest thing about all of this is just people, loving each other, supporting each other, building up community. It's awesome. Like you were saying, the live music experience is its own unique. It's almost like going to church. Where else do you go where you get the same kind of visceral, cathartic, that raw, just experience of just rocking out and meeting people, and it's fun, man. There's nothing like it.
Right. No, I totally agree, and it's the beauty of it coming back. I like the beauty of this place. Obviously, we're promoting the Salisbury Center quite a bit, so it's nice to have that those places, those opportunities open back up again,
Right.
When it was shut down, that was
Yeah.
This place is amazing. I've never been here. This is
Yeah, it's
fantastic.
really cool.
I love
Yeah,
MMA.
awesome.
On top of music, and I saw this out here. I'm like, this. And then they have a mechanical bull. I've
Yeah.
never done that. I might have to get on that. That'd be cool.
So I think the Bulls only come out on country night. Am I right about that, Scott? Yeah. See, Scott. Yeah. And I heard about that because I've never been here on a country night, but I heard it's a hit.
That's cool.
We're not too far from the country.
We got to bust that out.
I live in the country now.
We can throw down some Conway Twitty.
I've seen sprawls of cornhole boards out across here too. Like, I mean, dozens of dozens. So
Full on tournament.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So you never know. You never know what's going to be in this building.
So the band name, Ladder Match. Wrestling fans.
That was kind of my thing because we were throwing names around. I'm a big pro wrestling fan as far as growing up in the 80s, early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, and then just getting addicted to wrestling that way, and then finding it later in Japan, the Japanese stuff with Abdul the Butcher, Bruiser Brody, Stan
Sure.
Hansen, the Funk Brothers. I don't know if I'm
I'm right there with you.
Anyway, but and so he came over practice one time. I was playing. I was like, hey man, I got to finish this ladder match. I can't beat this guy. And we'll get to practice in a second. I've already set up, but let me get this. And it just became like, we should just call it ladder match. And it's kind of a way of attaining, I guess, life is like a ladder match, and you're always going to have to climb to the top. And whether you get knocked down, you're going to have to keep going and go. So it's kind of a metaphorical thing. I was like, that works. Let's do it.
Yeah,
It's cool.
Of course. Yeah, I
And the
get it,
logo is
yeah.
kind of cool, a little ladder match.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hopefully we can start, once you get a little bigger, get some ladders, get some tables. We're going to have some people. Maybe I'll jump off the inside.
Yeah.
I'd love to do it here, but I don't want. It's our first time here. I'm not trying to. Trying to wreck the house in the first show.
Bring in the bull with a ladder,
Hey.
and then there's a combo.
Oh, yeah.
That's a country pro wrestling metal MMA night. We should just hybrid.
Yeah, that's like backyard stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, looking at the shirts, it's you guys are a punk band, or I know punk is very broad ranging,
Yeah.
but talk about either collectively or individually your influences.
I think it's just a hair of punk. We mainly got
Rooted.
Originally. We've kind of branched off to do more technical metal stuff.
Okay.
Definitely with thrash and black metal influences.
Sure.
It's kind of really evolved. I used to play with these guys before, now this time I kind of took a little hiatus, but I remember, it was much different back then. It was more punk heavy.
Oh, very melodic.
And now it's kind of
Harmonies,
changed,
yeah.
The metal's in your blood, which I like, Sebastian.
It's getting there.
And, I love the stuff that, we're playing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been into punk rock, and hardcore punk and stuff. And then it just seems like metal is kind of like an evolution of that in a way where it's, I don't know, I love metal that sounds like punk, where it's like you can just feel that raw energy, and so Gordon and Brent have both got into metal, I mean, I feel like you've always been into metal.
I started punk for sure.
But me and Gordon played, we were always into punk rock stuff, and then he started listening to these, more technical, thrash metal and black metal stuff, and
Who got you into death metal?
I mean, you definitely showed me. Macabre was a good band. I don't know if you ever heard of them, but if you check out Macabre, it's a good transitional between. It's very unique.
Yeah.
And got me into you can play drums like this. This is okay.
Yeah.
I'm a speed demon. I want to play some fast stuff.
yeah, we just like fast music, fast, aggressive, raw music, and so we kind of fluctuate. I don't know. I'd like to think that we're a punk or we're a metal band with a punk soul. That
I think it's. That's fair.
is that fair?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the speed, right? Because when we were in high school, there was a definite division between the metalheads and the punk guys.
Communities.
But then all of a sudden, Motorhead, Metallica, really,
Sure, yeah.
the first couple albums.
Right. Yeah.
Friends that we had that were very hardcore punk.
Yeah.
Were suddenly like, hey, this new Metallica album is pretty cool.
Right.
So
We had a couple friends that literally hid their Metallica albums because they were going to lose their punk cred.
Right.
if they were
Lose your
seen
punk
with
points.
right.
Instead
Yeah.
of devaluing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know. It shouldn't be like that. I don't know. Even like when we come, to shows, like there have been times, where it does feel like the bands are against each other sometimes, or the crowd is divided. You got like the hardcore scene and then this scene and then, and everyone's kind of like protective of what they're doing. And I don't know. It's just all. We should just.
It's all schematics. We're gonna mix.
It's all rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Only rock and roll, but I like it.
Let's just enjoy it, have a good time, and I just like music that makes you feel something.
Sure.
Whatever that is for you. As long as it brings out that, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's cathartic. Yeah. It's. Yeah.
No doubt. So in terms of, so you're writing a lot of originals then? That's what I'm hearing then in this kind of this fusion that you're talking about and describing?
Yeah. I mean, we've just been kind of a reflection of stuff we've been listening to and things, we've been interested in. We've tried to been interjecting that in the music and evolving. And I think it's just a matter of not trying to, it's just where we are musically. Like, hey man, this is, great. Let's play this. Or we hear something we're like, man, we should do something with this. And it's just kind of, it's free form creativity, but it's within those, those genres, and we're keeping it very thrash and very blackened thrash, if you will, and
sure.
Things like that. And there's a little post-punk or whatever. We have some songs that are a little more melodic. But it's a good mix. I'm excited to hear all the bands tonight anyway, regardless of what genre is here. This is great.
Yeah.
This is very good. So.
It's I've got to hear a couple of the bands have stuff either up on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever.
Yeah.
So I've heard a couple bands. I think one of the bands is probably going to be more thrash oriented.
Falls
Church.
Yeah.
I love that name.
Yeah.
Do
And
we
then
know if they're from Falls Church?
I don't know.
Falls Church from
We can
Falls
find
Church?
out. So there you go. There's,
If they
Kevin
are,
takes
that would
notes.
be-
yeah,
Kevin's got
I
his
think
notes.
they are, at least a couple of them. We haven't got to talk with them yet, but then a couple of the other bands are pretty, I would say, classic punk.
Right.
So it should be a nice mix. Looking forward to catching all the music and yeah.
Heck yeah.
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 Is there any newer acts, not necessarily even local acts that you're finding as an influence, as opposed to, we talk about past influences, we talk about that a lot. Is there anything that's catching you right now? Of course, we always like to talk and share, about new music. I think we try to grab onto that as much as possible. I don't know if that's...
As far as
you
local,
guys-
I mean, we've been kind of out of the scene for a little while. Everything kind of slowed down, a couple of years ago with all that, and so this is where we are now. And it's great to even get out because this is our third show in maybe a year and a half. So we had some bands we played with, but we're meeting new people and we're networking with bands, and we're looking forward to playing with a lot of these bands we play with. And I'm sure as well as tonight we're going to be looking to collaborate again and do some more shows.
Yeah.
Especially here. This place is fantastic.
awesome.
I was really shocked when I came here. I was like, this is very,
It's perfect.
very cool.
It's perfect.
And I'm hearing right that this is going to be a monthly theme, at least for the punk rock.
Yeah.
And that's something that Daniel...
Yeah, I've come out 2 other times because when I heard that he was doing that, I was like, oh, thank God, somebody's finally, trying to get things going again with in terms of like a live music scene. So I was like, well, any chance that I get, I just want to be present, just to be a body, and again, just kind of support the other people, and again, it's such a unique thing that you can't experience, a live show.
And everybody's like-minded, and you're gonna have a 5-second conversation with somebody, and,
Right.
and it's cool, the local scene kind of growing back in further east because everything's up in the city, and,
Yes.
and
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta
That's the
travel or go
problem.
down
Good
to
point.
Richmond,
Yeah.
Right.
Baltimore.
DC, Richmond.
Yeah. So
Manassas, this is fantastic. This is great for us.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
a great,
I live, like 10 minutes from here.
Yeah.
it's a great venue. It's got the small theater, the big theater. We go to a lot of shows out in Leesburg.
Yeah.
So
Tally-ho.
yep, Tally-ho. So we've been telling Jeff and Chris and the guys got to get more bands in here because it's lacking. There's not a venue of this size
I mean, this
anywhere
is
in this area. So
this is a gold mine as far as like a place to play and the space, the vibe of the place, the feeling. I mean, it's
yeah. And so we're doing what we can with the podcast to try and help promote local music and the bands that are coming through here and hopefully make this thing, grow huge.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
super
it
cool.
has definitely potential. This place is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We definitely want to be on for the ride.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having us.
So in terms of the set for tonight, are you guys 100% original music?
yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, we got a short set, 5 songs. We have a total of more. Well, total of more songs.
How
yeah.
many is that?
But no, we probably have close to like 14. But
Sure,
we're
yeah.
still working on teaching some of the songs, learning them, and but we
Also,
feel
the time constraints of the sets,
Right.
We have like
Sure.
35 minutes. All right, here's the 5 songs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, we kept it short and simple, and just kind of like, all right, here you go.
Yeah.
And then
what we
hopefully they'll want more, but we'll see. Yeah.
It's a blast of 30 minutes. I mean,
Yeah, my arms are going to be full blood.
yeah, there's
I'm cramping up, I'll tell you.
a lot going on in
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Yeah. Last Friday, I couldn't feel my arm.
My hand blew up. I was just cranking.
Just
and,
trying to play as
yeah.
fast as possible to keep up with this guy. Hopefully you'll see him, but yeah, he's probably not.
When the adrenaline starts going, you agree on, we should play at this tempo, and then it just is like,
Absolutely.
hyper speed. But it's fun.
Yeah.
So.
Of course. So where can we find ladder match music?
Oh, ask Brent. He needs to record us and put us out.
Yeah.
Brent, he's a super
yeah.
talented. Yeah, he's got like an awesome little home studio. So we'd love to do something. And we got a couple like demos on our
Right.
Bandcamp page that are pretty much just me and the garage band drums. So it's not
Yeah, you won't hear a lot of people.
it's not a great representation of where we're at now, but it's just something, if people are curious
Right.
and want to get an idea of what our sound is like, they can check us out there. But yeah, hopefully we'll be actually having a legitimate recording with the actual members of the band. And
Even if it's just a couple songs, just to get it out there.
yeah,
of
Like,
course.
this is a really representative.
yeah.
Yeah. I think we'll have something out within the next couple of months for sure.
Cool.
Do you want to give the shout out to social media?
Laddermatch.bandcamp.com, and then we're Laddermatch Official on Instagram.
Okay.
And I think that's about it. Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
You're able to grab, to me, like we're talking about the wrestling, kind of backstory of the
Right.
ladder match. You're able to grab that handle then on Instagram.
Well, that was pretty lucky.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Even the email, Laddermatch Official, Gmail. I was like, wow, nobody
Wow.
took this yet.
Wow.
Like, that was
You might be getting a call from Shawn Michaels soon.
Damn it, you. What if you guys ruined this for us? we have a lawsuit now. Like,
They're like,
God
we
damn
got
it.
Okay. Well, so yeah, and upcoming shows, that's where you guys would be advertising on those 2 sites.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty-
for
yeah,
sure.
sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll see if we get invited back after today.
Certainly looking forward to catching the set and
Yeah.
and checking you guys out. And
Awesome.
want to thank you for stopping by.
Thank you guys.
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
having
much.
us.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Absolutely.
much.
Yeah.
We're going to kick it to a break, and we'll be back with a little bit more on the Stand Up and Shout Rock Show.